Hey there, it's Casey Dimon here, TaxSaleAcademy.com. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's tax sale tip video. Today we are talking about buying crazy cheap tax liens. I'm talking about the tax liens that are available for less than, say, $250. I just went over a list earlier today, and I saw lots of cheap liens on there. $200, $40, $50, $80, lots and lots of them for under $100 even. And there are numerous other liens around that same price point, in that same kind of ballpark. And that's just one particular list that I was looking at. There are tens of thousands of liens available at those same prices across the country. Now we're going to discuss why these liens are available momentarily. But before anybody asks this question, which I know they will, I'm not going to tell you this is the exact list that I was looking at. There's a number of different reasons for this, but mostly because I want you to put in some effort. So go to Google, type in tax lien list, browse a few counties, and you will very, very quickly find a tax lien list that has cheap liens. All right, tax liens exist when an owner fails to pay the property taxes on time. Those liens are auctioned off, and a tax lien investor like myself or you, we buy that lien to earn interest on our money. Now, the property owner can come in during the redemption period, pay the back due taxes plus interest, and cancel that lien. So some liens can be available for purchase OTC or over the counter, which is when that lien initially failed to sell at the tax lien auction. So you simply pay the price of the lien and you walk out owning that lien without any competition. So in some counties, there are thousands and thousands of liens that are available OTC. Most of these crazy cheap liens will be available in large, mostly undeveloped, extremely rural subdivisions, and they'll be for small, quarter-acre or less lots. And you have to understand that liens are sold for the amount of the back due taxes. Those taxes are based off the property's value. If the property's value translates to a tax bill and subsequently a tax lien of $50, you can probably guess the value of that property is not going to be a whole lot. But it's certainly a start if, and that's a big if, the investment makes sense. Is the value there? So I'm a firm believer in value over cost. But if you can get both, then obviously it's going to make sense. So you have these crazy cheap tax liens. You can literally go online, do a Google search, browse through some OTC liens, and choose a few. In some counties, you can actually just buy them right online. In other counties, you have to buy them through the mail. But you can literally start investing in tax delinquent properties within a matter of minutes for less than $50. It does absolutely exist right now. But here's the most important question that you must ask yourself. Do you really want to? The answer is truthfully, it depends. In some situations, you can get screaming deals. I've posted about tax deeds that I've been able to pick up for extremely cheap. That's when you actually get that property. That's a tax deed there. But tax liens are a little bit different story. You have to analyze a little bit deeper. It's a longer term investment. One thing to consider are if there are any fees involved in the potential for the redemption of that property as well. So if a lien costs you $50 plus a $20 processing fee, you have to make at least $20 in interest just to break even in the event they do redeem. That's pretty difficult to do off of a $50 lien. If it's redeemed, you're going to be losing money, albeit not a whole lot of money, but you're still losing money in that investment. The other thing to factor in is the type of system used in the state to take that lien to ownership if they don't redeem. Do you need to go through an actual foreclosure process, or can you simply apply for the tax deed? And how long will that take, and how much will it cost? So for a lien selling for $50, you really need to make sure that the value is there in that real estate before you push forward too much. If you have to invest another $1,500 into a judicial foreclosure of that tax lien for legal fees, then your margin might get pretty thin or even negative if you start off with that $50 lien in the first place. So as you can see, it's extremely easy to get cheap tax liens. It's even easy to get cheap tax deeds. But the question is, do you really want that? Sure, if you want to buy a cheap lien to get your feet wet, then be my guest. But you need to know your laws, of course, so you don't put yourself in a bad spot. But go right ahead. If you're looking at a cheap lien as a way to make fast money or a lot of money, it just doesn't exist. My suggestion to you is to stop focusing on the quick, short-term money off of these cheap investments. Instead, take the time to learn the business. Focus on doing it correctly, preparing yourself, and then taking advantage of the right opportunity. And if that right opportunity is a cheap lien, that's fantastic. but go into it with the required knowledge to spot that opportunity instead of just chasing the cheap stuff. Now, if you've ever thought about those crazy cheap tax liens, hopefully this video kind of gives you the right mindset if you do come across them in the future. If we can help you at all with this tax sale business, feel free to click on one of the links down below in today's show description. Lots of incredible resources. Most of them are free. And if you want access, though, to our most advanced step-by-step training, just head on over to taxsaleacademy.com. Hey, take care, folks, and make it a successful day. See you next time.